Okay, over here we are going to discuss the chapter Space and Shapes of GCSE. So, first topic that we are discussing is triangles. You know that triangle is made up of three angles, and this whole A plus B plus C whole degrees equals to 180 degrees. Okay, all of three angles make up to 180 degree angle. Okay, so you have to work out the surfaces of angles marked with a letter. You have to find out all those angles. So first of all, we have to look at the left side of this whole figure, and you can see that this is an equilateral triangle because they have mentioned that this whole as the three sides are equal to each other. So when we have an equilateral triangle, we can say that if the sides are same, then the angle must also will be the same. So same. Okay, and you know that a triangle has total makeup to 180 degrees of angles. Sum of the all angles is equal to 180 degrees. So we can easily divide it by 3 because we need 3 angles over here, and that would be equal to 60 degrees. Yeah. So all of these A, B, and C angle will be equal to 60 degrees. So that's all right. Over here you can see that the next one is this type of shape, and you can see that that's the isosceles diagram, the triangle. Okay, and over here is the 90 degree, and this side is equal. Okay, so we have to cancel out the 90 degrees from 90-degree angle from the 180, and the rest of the two rest angles, or you may say the two of the two angles that are left behind will give you the D and E angles. Okay, so 180 less than with 90, that would be 90. So yeah, we have cancelled out this 90, and we have to find out the D and E angles. So we are left with 90, and you can see that when you divide it by 2, you will get 45 degrees. So all this D will make up 45 degree, and E will also make this 45 degrees of angles. So over here you can see that this is a straight line. Let me just change the color. Okay, E makes up 45 degrees. This is the whole, straight line, and this whole will be equal to 180 degrees. So we have to cancel out 180 and 45, and that would be like 155, 17 over 4, 135. Yeah, 135 degrees. So F will make up the 135 degrees. And you know that this whole triangle, this irregular triangle, this F makes a 135, this 12. And when you add up these two, you will get this the leftover angle, that is G. So I think it's pretty simple. Okay, let's check out our next example. We'll just orally discuss that. ABC and CDE are straight lines. A is parallel to BD. Work out the sizes of ABD. ABD. You have to work out for this. BDC. BDC. You have to work out on this. You have to work on this. You have to check out this one too. Yeah. So A, B, D. Okay, if I tell you that this When you have two parallel sides, the corresponding sides will be equal to 180. Okay, so the first one is given, and this whole two angles A and E will make up to 180. You can easily cancel out 105 with 180 and take out the value of E. Alright. And over here you can see this is also a parallel line. These both are parallel lines, and the corresponding angles, that is over here, will be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, again you have to take out the B angle. You just need to cancel out 180 with 112. Okay, so that's it. You take out the E angle, B angle. So you need to find out. All right. So you can see that when you take out this one, that will be equal to this. That condition that applies in parallel lines. So alternate angles will be equal to this, and this will be equal to this. Okay, so whatever will be the value of P will lie over here, B, D, C. You have to check out this one, and then you can just cancel out the B and D angles with 180 and take out the value of C. Yeah, that's quite simple. Okay, now again we have to deal with the diagrams, triangle diagrams. Work out the size of each angle. You have this one, and you know that this whole will make up the 180. You can take out the value of this by summing these two, 68 and 35, cancelling out with 180. You will take out the value of this angle. Let's say it's x, and then again this whole will make up the 180. You have to cancel out 180 with x. You will have the value 5. Yeah. So again, you can see that over here we have the isosceles triangle. These two angles will be the same in isosceles because these sides are same. So you have to cancel out 180 with 42. The value you get, you have to divide with this. You will take up these two same angles, and again you have to subtract this angle. Let's say it's again x with 180, and you will get the value. I hope you can do this part on your own. Okay, so let's check this one. AB is parallel to CD. Alright, EG is equal to FG. So we can say that it's isosceles, and you can easily, I can see something over here that it's a straight line. We can take out the value of this angle just by cancelling out 180 with 110. Okay, you will find out the value of this. Let's say it's x. All right, so it's isosceles. So these two angles will be equal to x, and when you take out the value of x, you will find the rest value, that is g. And I think that's the value that you need to find out. dg h. Okay, okay, you have to find out the value of dgh. dgh. All right. So you have this value. Okay, over here we just don't need to use these all things. We just need to consider this thing that this is the parallel line, and in parallel lines, the alternate sides will have the same angles. Okay, so over here this angle will be equal to this side dgh, and that would be equal to 110. Yeah, and x would be equal to this one. So in parallel lines we have to consider these things. The corresponding angles will be equal to each other, like this, these two and these two. Okay, this one adds up to 180 degrees, but alternate angles will be equal to each other. Okay, let's check out another example. ABC is a triangle. There is a point of on AC. All right. Find the size of angle ACB. You have to work out on this. Okay. So you have 37 degree, 3x, 4x. All right. And this will all will be equal to 180 degree. Okay. So 180. Okay, we added 122. When we add 37, 122, we got 159. Yeah, and plus 3x. And over here we got 180. Okay, let's move it over here. 180 minus 159 equals to 3x. That would be equal to 21 and 3x. Okay, so the value of x will be 7. Okay, so you can see that over here we get the value of 3x, that would be 21, and 4x, that would be 28. So we got 28, 58. We have to add up 28, 58, and then cancel out with 180. We got the value of C angle. Okay, let's check out this one. CDF is a straight line. AB is parallel to CF and D is equal to AE. Okay, so you can see that this one is isosceles, so this angle and these two angles will be equal to each other. Why? Let's say why. Okay, so you can see that AB is parallel to DE. So the alternate angles will also be the same like this. 38 would be, this one will also be equal to 38. So you have to cancel out 38 with 180, the value you got. You have to divide it with 2. Okay, so we got over here 118 times 38, 142. Okay, 142 divided by, yeah, 71 degrees. So these two are equal to 71 degrees. And when we cancel out, because this is a straight line and this whole will be equal to 180, we have to 71 plus x. So the value of x would be equal to 109 degrees, and you can say that x value is equal to 109. So in this way, you take out the values just by considering main points, that parallel lines, main conditions of parallel lines, and just remember some of the terms. Okay, work out the size of QSP. You have to work out for this, but you know that this whole will be equal to 180. So we have to add up this whole. 2x minus 220. These are angles, and in the last you have to take this 2x plus 335. Yeah, when you check this whole, do this whole, you will get the value of x. Get the value of x and just subtract it with 180 minus 2x plus 35. You will get the value of this angle, that's QSP. Okay, over here we have some statement questions. The isosceles triangle has one angle of 50 degrees. Work out the angles of two possible triangles. Okay, so this one has 50 angles. Work out the angles of two possible triangles. We have to work out on this one. Okay, so we have 50 over here. This whole is equal to 180. We have to cancel out 50 with, so we are left with 130. Yeah. And when we divide 130 by 2, what we got? 65. Okay. So 65 is the, these are the 65, these two makes up the 65 angles. Okay. So we have isosceles triangle, and when we cut out this hole to intersect this hole, this will make up the 90 degrees, this will make the 90 degrees, and obviously we can cut this into half, this will make up the 25 degrees on both sides. Okay, work out the angles of two possible triangles. So we got the, all of the angles of inside one isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, one angle is three times the size of other two angles. Let's say this one. Okay, so obviously this angle will be the size will be greater than the size of other two angles. So let's say these are x and 3x, because these and this angle is three times the size of other two angles. So this whole will be equal to this. We have to add up all these angles and take out the value of x. So work out the size of each angle. In this way you will work out for the diagrams of triangles and find out the angles and the value of unknown triangles.